if there was a way you could help a child get a new kidney? Or if you could help a woman get a new cornea so she could regain her eyesight? What if a family member needed a pancreas and you were the only match? Well, good news for you. There are ways to become an organ donor. Unfortunately, 1,236,000 people are on the organ transplant waiting list. And this is a quote from the United States Department of Health and Human Services. If you donate, you can help at least 8 people resume a normal life. And so, since this is such an important issue, I'm going to give you the steps to becoming an organ donor. At least 21 people will die each day waiting on an organ. So if you donate, you'll be able to help them. Okay, so whenever you want to become an organ donor, you need to sign up online, or you can check a box on your license registration at the DMV center, and you can add it to your license. And since the U.S. is an opt-in system, they're not going to take your organs without your consent, even if you are deceased. They're always going to ask your family first. Steps after a donation, you're going to after you register to donate, you're going to contact your regular physician to make sure that you're healthy enough for it, and you're also going to talk to the local transplant center. And then you'll be set up with the local organization that's in charge of finding you a match, and you'll also be contacted with a network to set up your appointments. So I'm sure you do have some questions. How do you qualify to be a donor? Well, first of all, you need to at least be 18 and above. If you're under 18, you need a parent's consent. The cost, majority of the time, will be paid through insurance or through a hospital because not enough people donate, so they're not going to make you pay out of pocket. Selling your organs are illegal, so you can't get a profit from becoming a donor. And if you have any pre-existing medical conditions such as HIV or active cancer, you cannot give any organs. But if you had cancer in the past and it's been dormant for at least 3 years, you can still donate. And if you have high blood pressure, any of that, it doesn't matter. And your ethnicity also does not matter. As long as you match their blood type, you'll be fine. Okay, so as I said before, you'll need to go through a series of tests to make sure you are compatible with the recipient. There are 2 different types of tests. There's an HLA test, which is the human leukocyte antigen testing, which is where you match for a compatible person. They are going to test your blood type, your tissue type, just to make sure you're going to be compatible. There's also another program based through a computer website to match a person by blood type, tissue type, height, or weight. And then there are also some factors that contribute to organ donation. The length of time between the donor's sign-up date and the actual recipient's transplantation date. Also, there's the severity. It depends on if the person needs the kidney or liver right at that moment, or if they can wait, because there's only a certain amount of time that you can use an organ. It's 24 hours to 48 hours. Also, the distance between a donor and a recipient is also important, because if they're halfway across the coast, it's going to be difficult for you to get the organ there in time. Now that you've been informed on how to become an organ donor, I can now explain the donor and recipient's roles in participating in the organ transplantation. So what is the definition of an organ transplantation? Well, it is the transfer of one organ to another. Tom Hurley explains it as a gift. He believes that organ transplantation is a gift because you're literally giving part of yourself away to someone. After covering the aspects of a donor's experience with organ transplants, I can now summarize the discussion. Overall, organ donation is an essential part of America's health system. If we don't have donors, we're not going to be able to help people that need organs. It's important to have a donor so we can increase the supply for the demand of kidneys, livers, corneas, etc. It's a simple process to sign up. Like I've said before, as long as you register online or check for it on the DMV license registration, then you will become a donor. There are also some benefits too, because sometimes the donor and the recipient's families can meet and they bond through a lifetime commitment to seeing each other after the transplantation. So basically, without enough organs, we're not going to have enough transplants, which is why there's already a problem. And just so you know, organ donation is a choice. It's not required by the U.S., so please consider it. And as Mary J. says, all exchanges are risky and contain the possibility of failure. So if we don't try for something, how will we know if we'll fail at it? I compare that to a life situation as well, because if you try and you fail, at least you tried. And the same goes with the organ donation. If you try to help someone with an organ, it's going to be better in the long run. All right, and that's it.